Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Welcome back to the show. We are joined by PrecisionProOrganizing.ca. That's right, we're here with our professional organizer, Jennifer Dixon, once again, to talk more about the work she does, how she's helping people declutter, organize, and of course, overall, make it a cleaner, better home and also relieve that angst and anxiety. So, welcome to the show today, Jennifer. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. I'm great. Thanks, Jill, for having me on.
Great. And you are in Canada, correct? Sylvan Lake, Alberta, to be exact?
That's right. Yes.
All right. For
Yeah.
new time listeners, tell us a little bit about your company and, what you love about helping people organize and declutter.
Sure. So, Precision Professional Organizing, we specialize in helping people to get control of their clutter. So, we help people to downsize, we help people pack when they're moving and unpack. We help people declutter their home, whether it's one room, a kitchen,
Hmm.
or their entire home space. We help them declutter and organize all of their items to make everything functional. We help commercial businesses to get
Yep.
organized so that they have increased productivity and they function more smoothly. We love working with seniors to help them in the downsizing process and a lot more. We customize plans as well. And we can also work with people virtually as well.
Perfect. And how do we find you? What's the website?
My website is precisionproorganizing.ca.
All right. And for today, I have your notes. I know we're going to kind of dive into, my goodness. Hold on. I'm sorry. My screen just went blank. There
Oh,
it is. I'm like, wait, the effective decluttering techniques. Ah,
yeah,
sorry. Yeah. So we're going to
yes,
learn today about some of the things that we could start doing to declutter ourselves. But hey, it is a job for professionals. I think there's only so much we could do just as an experienced homeowner, really.
yes,
So give us some of those
yes.
tips.
It can be a really overwhelming process. So decluttering is really important because declutter or clutter doesn't only take up our physical space, but it also takes up space in our mind, and that can lead to a lot of mental health issues. So stress, overwhelm, depression, and decreased productivity. So when we declutter our surroundings, we can create spaces that are calming and provide clarity. And
Uh-huh.
that will just lead to a positive impact on our overall well being. So, when it comes to the decluttering, I sort of follow five principles to begin with. And so, the first one being to start small. So, rather than look at a large room or a whole space, a whole business office, an entire home, start small in that space. So, that means starting just with a drawer, a shelf, a closet, and that's going to help you to build momentum to tackle the rest of the decluttering process.
Mm.
Um, yeah, so secondly, I recommend that you declutter by category. So, a category could be clothing, that includes your jackets, your outerwear, your shoes. Books is another category. Kitchen items would be a category. And so by decluttering in small categories, it makes the process more manageable. And again, it allows you to build up that momentum to keep
But
going.
what happens to me though, I start doing that and then I have a problem. I'll start on the bedroom floor, picking up the clothes. I'll put them on top of the dresser. I'll start hanging them, and then I feel compelled to go to the bathroom and start picking up stuff on the floor in the bathroom. And next thing you know, then everything is still a mess. It's just a cleaner
Yeah.
mess. I can't focus on one room. It's like an ADHD thing. It's my body,
Yeah.
my mind telling me I can't do this. I'm scared of it. I don't know what it is, and it's a problem.
It is. It's a problem for a lot of people. And so that's where my team can come in and we can alleviate that problem for you, right? We can help
Yep.
to keep you focused on one area at a time and help you declutter it. And it's okay to need that help at times because it's not uncommon for people when they try and do it themselves.
Yep.
It just becomes super overwhelming. So I know we've talked about the next principle, Jill. We've talked about the one in, one out principle before, where if you're going to go out and buy something new, then you have to be willing to let something go in its place so that you're not accumulating more clutter. Because if you only buy things and you never get rid of things, you're going to really infuse your space with clutter, and it's going to
Oh,
create that stress and that overwhelm, right?
so true. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I suggest you set limits in categories. So, as you are purchasing new things, make sure you have limits on how many of a certain item you're going to allow inside your home. So, especially, home decor items, clothing is a big one. Just make sure that you're setting those limits. So, again, you're not bringing in excess clutter into your space.
Remind me and the nation why no need. Why do we feel the need to take home the soaps and the shampoo from hotels? Guilty. I have a
You
bag of
know,
it.
think I think in the back of our mind, we're going, okay, yeah, I'm going to use this, or I could travel with this. But then, that does build up a lot of clutter, and it's gone into many, many clients' homes, and they have so many of those hotel soaps and shampoos, and they just sat there for years sometimes. And
Yep.
so, when I explain to them, okay, these, if you haven't used them, you're probably not going to use them. We
Yep.
can we can donate these and let them go, because a lot of shelters will take that kind of
Yep.
product, right? And it makes a huge difference for a lot of people in need.
Got it.
And my fifth principle then that I'm going to talk about is decluttering in layers. Now, this is a concept where you are sort of taking a multiple looks at a space. I'm not saying, you're going to declutter your closet one day and look at it again the next. You might declutter your closet, and then a month or two down the road, you go and look at it a second time, because
Yep.
it's almost like you're looking at it through a new lens, and you might notice some things that you didn't the first go around that you don't want or need or use anymore. So that will just build upon that decluttering process and help you to declutter more and be more successful in that process.
All right. Well, what are some of the other things that we can maximize productivity through organization with? How?
Yeah, so let's talk about some of the techniques that I
Sure.
recommend then. So one technique that my team and I actually use is the 4 box method. And it's literally 4 boxes or containers, and they're labeled. One would be labeled keep,
Okay.
one would be labeled sell and donate, a third one would be labeled relocate, and then the fourth one would be trash.
Okay.
And so, as you are decluttering your area, your space, your category, you are putting these items in these boxes
Yep.
so that when you're finished the process, you know what to do with every item. And so, with all the keep items, you're now going to organize them in a functional way. With the sell and donate items, it's always nice
Yeah.
to donate items to, not
I
for
agree.
profit charities.
Yep.
Sell items, one tip I will recommend is that give yourself a time limit. So I recommend, 3 weeks or no more than a month to try and sell that item. Because if it doesn't sell within that time limit, chances are it's not something that's,
Oh, yeah.
in demand.
Yep.
And then you can look at donating it just to get it out of your home. Now, with donating, when you're donating items, make sure that, again, you give yourself a time limit to get it out of your house or out of your vehicle. So I recommend, donating right away or within the same week that you've gone through this process, so that it doesn't stick around in your house. And the trash, that's pretty self-explanatory. You can get rid of that right away. Now, the relocate box, any items in the relocate box, these are items that maybe they don't belong in that certain area, in that drawer or in that closet, and they need to be moved to another spot, to the rightful home in your house.
Yep. Oh,
Um, another technique that I recommend is the reverse hanger technique.
what's that?
And so this one, it's with your clothing and your jackets.
Okay.
And so take all of your clothing items and turn the hangers around backwards. So they're all facing backwards. Set a timeline. So say maybe 6 months. So every time you wear a piece of clothing, put the hanger forward facing. After the
Uh,
6 month time period, any of the hangers that are still faced backward, those are clothing articles that you didn't wear in 6 months, and chances are you're not going to wear. So those are ones that you would look at donating or selling.
Brilliant. I
Yeah,
like
yeah, it
that
can be.
idea.
Yeah, it can be really effective. It can be really
Wow.
effective.
All
Now,
right.
for all of our, especially our business clients, our tech savvy clients, digital decluttering is really important, just as important as that physical decluttering. So, with all of your digital files, I recommend that you have all of your files in folders, and then within the folders, you might need to have subfolders to keep everything nice and neat and organized. It's very important that you are making sure that you're deleting any files that you no longer need. You are unsubscribing to those emails that are just pesky and that you don't need to receive. You're
Okay.
deleting emails that you don't need anymore, and you're also getting rid of apps that you don't use anymore. Those are just taking up digital space.
Oh, that's another thing. I'm trying to delete everything in my phone. And then the cloud.
Yeah,
I have the Apple cloud, the Amazon cloud, the Google cloud. How many clouds do we really need?
yeah. It all takes
Oh
up a
my
lot
God.
of space, right? So
Yep. All right.
um, yeah, so another technique would be to, with sentimental items. So if you're able to let go of the physical item,
Yep.
what you can do is you can take photographs of your sentimental items
Okay.
and keep a digital log of those items.
Yep.
That takes up a lot less space than a physical item does. And then you can decide if you're going to pass these sentimental items along to family members or if you are going to donate them.
Good. Well, I know you also want to discuss some of your work. You want to talk about some before and afters of how you declutter space, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. When we go into a space, um, we take a before picture of the space as long as our client is willing to allow us to do that.
Yep.
And here goes my headphone.
Oh, sorry.
We go in and we take those photos, and they're really helpful. It makes the impact after the fact so amazing for that client. So we go into the space, and when we declutter, we have our 4 boxes laid out, and we pull everything out of the space. So whether we're starting with a closet or a drawer, we pull everything out, and we have that client help us make those decisions. So what are you keeping? What are you donating or selling? What's garbage and what needs to be moved, if anything, to another space. And then, so once that whole decluttering process is complete, then we reorganize everything.
Yeah.
We're real huge bin lovers, and everything is contained if
Yep.
possible and labeled. And then we take those after photos to have that wow factor, that
Are you
big
a clear
impact
bin lover or a
for our
colored
clients.
bin lover?
I'm a clear bin lover because even with a label, I just like to see what's inside the bin, and it just makes it easier to put things away as well. We find when you're done using them. This can be especially helpful for kids.
Yep.
Teaching them to declutter and to clean up after themselves and to be organized. So yeah, I love clear bins and stackable if possible to utilize the most space possible. So
Oh my goodness. All right. And
yeah.
also for today, I know there's still more on your sheet about what you want to accomplish for today. There's the more of the challenges. And I would love to, my goodness, talk about some of the challenges you had, specifically some of the work you've done, which I know,
Mhm.
we'll be able to see.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess some of the biggest challenges are, when you work with clients who are really fixated on kind of keeping everything. And it happens, and our job is not to go in there and make them feel bad about it or make them get rid of things. We just have to get creative sometimes then as to how we're going to reorganize so that it doesn't feel or look so cluttered.
Yeah.
But the majority of people, once we come in and we make them comfortable and we explain the process, they are more than willing to at least declutter a little bit and get rid of a few items just to lighten their load in their space.
Okay, good. And let's remind everyone at this time how we can contact you.
Yep, for sure. So you can find our contact information on our website at Precision Pro Organizing. That's organizing with a Z. .ca.
Perfect. And do you want to talk about some before and afters in particular? I'm on the website. Is there anything here that you'd like me to share for you all to see?
Um, sure. Yeah, I know we have kind of a reel going on our website with some of our photos. We have a lot of photos on our Google profile page as well. But I can send in some photos too that everybody can kind of look through that support just the work that we do and the way that we help people.
Got it. Got it. Well, I think since we're talking
Mhm.
about it, I would love to show some of it now. I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that okay with you? Um,
That's fabulous.
all
Yeah.
right, let's do that. I want to make sure we sh
Okay.
show some of this if we can, because it's better when you
Sure.
describe it to the picture where,
Yeah.
we need it to be. So hold on one sec. I'm
Okay.
going to do that and we will be good in 1 second. Come on, Miss Jill. Yeah, that's why it's usually better if you share it next time, but if not, send in the images in advance so I could pull them up over here for sure. But let me do this. I'm trying to share this and it's not opening up. Why not?
Technology.
New window.
Technology.
Hold on. The website is what again? Because it's popping up in a new window.
Okay,
Yep.
precisionproorganizing.ca.
Yep. Okay. Shit precision. It should because it was up on the other screen. Precision Pro organizing. That's why it's not popping up. Hold on. Pro.
Sorry, while you're getting that up and rolling, I'll talk about kind of a fifth technique that can be used when you are decluttering. So not
Yep.
everybody likes this, but some people they enjoy challenges. So I do recommend that, you can set yourself up with maybe a 30-day decluttering challenge. And some people have started to have a box in their entryway or in their closet, and they do a one a day challenge where,
Yeah.
as they go through a room, if they find something in that room that they can't use anymore, they don't want, it goes into that donate box. And after the summation of their challenge, they can get rid of those items.
I like that. I do. That's one of my
Yeah.
favorite things. I do the donation thing with my kids all the time. So it's good. So let me pull this up for you and
Okay.
everyone so we could just see the website. It's good to
Perfect.
see precisionproorganizing.ca. Obviously, we are seeing here your website. And where would you
Mm-hmm.
like me to click to show some of the before and afters?
Probably up top, there's yeah, if you go up, yeah, so this little kind of reel that goes through,
Oh,
I'm not sure if they're clickable, they might just go through, but
okay.
okay, so there's an example of the one with all the tools.
Tools.
Yeah, that was a workshop that we, like, somebody's they had in their basement, they had a little workbench, and it was just a chaotic, cluttered mess. They couldn't even work on the surface because it was so messy. So we came in and we put up a backboard where we could hang the tools. We tidied up. So there it is again. There's all the tools that we hung up in, kind of order of what they were and all the sizes of the wrenches and everything. And
That pantry.
underneath the workbench, we had crates that contained, their paints and their crafting supplies.
Yeah.
We totally cleared off the top of that workbench,
Wow.
and then it made it functional then for them to be able to utilize it. Um, so I'll just wait till the next one pops up. We can talk about it. Okay, there's the tools again. So that one, yeah, was a really good project. They were so thrilled. Okay, so this bedroom, this was one of my senior clients, and her bed was just covered with clothes, and her closet was a mess. She couldn't find anything. She had one of those platform beds with the drawers, which is great for space saving. But again, she could barely open the drawers because they were so
full to the brim with clothes and blankets and a lot of it that she didn't wear or use anymore. So I think we hauled probably 5 big
Okay.
clear plastic bags of clothing
Ooh,
and blankets out of that bedroom to donate. And it just created, this sort of oasis for her and a lot more peaceful sleeping space for her.
beautiful.
So okay, this one is with the green bins. That's
Uh-huh.
a child's closet. And so same thing, all of his toys were just dumped in there and we created a bin system for him and we labeled it. So all of his cars in a bin, we categorized everything. And so it was all stacked nice and neat in his closet so that he was able to successfully, play with all of his toys and then also put them back at the end of the day. And that really helped mom and dad out too, that he was able to do that himself.
Got it. Wow.
Yeah.
And I see your bins there functioning. Looks like a bookshelf and
Yeah.
snack closet, pantry. Is that what that is?
Yeah, so this one, yeah, that one was a pantry. We love doing pantries. They're such a puzzle because when you go into a pantry and people just have food kind of everywhere, it's typically not categorized. We pull everything out and we put it into categories. And then, so yeah, this pantry right here was especially fun because they have a toddler. And so certain things they didn't want low enough that she could reach, but she needed her own bins for her snacks. And so
Yeah.
sometimes, yeah, it takes a lot of, especially when you're taking loads of food out that are just full to the brim on the shelves and then putting them into containers, it can decrease a little bit of your space. So we have to get really creative as to how we're putting things back. So yeah, it's lots of fun and people they're always just thrilled with the outcome. So
Oh my goodness. Well,
yeah.
also, let me just take a peek on the about section. Was there? I remember, I think last time we spoke there, she is looking beautiful. Oh, and then we got Brenda also,
That's
right?
Brenda, my
She's
lovely assistant. Yes.
okay.
Yep. She's wonderful and clients all rave about her. So
Oh, this is the same video. Okay, but I see what you mean. This one
okay,
is
but
go
now they're still but yeah.
they're
Oh,
going
there's a
super fast.
yep,
Was that the
laundry
one?
room
Uh-huh.
and linen closet. Yeah, just using baskets and labels. Sometimes we try to use bins and baskets that our clients already own just to help offset cost. So, these baskets were already ones that she had. So we just categorized her sheets. I think we put them as, the fitted sheets and the pillowcases and the flat sheets, and we labeled them as such, and towels beside. So yeah, it just to help our clients out, we definitely try and use what they already have, if possible.
Ooh. Well, let me also ask in our last 3 minutes here together, let me stop
Mhm.
sharing the screen.
Okay.
What else did you want to make sure that we cover for today?
Just that decluttering is it's a journey. It's not a destination. It does take a lot of time, especially if you're trying to tackle the process yourself. So give yourself grace, give yourself plenty of time, give yourself forgiveness, be gentle with yourself, and it is okay to reach out and ask for help from a professional like myself because we are there with the expertise to get the process done in a timely manner and to help you to not feel stressed and overwhelmed by by going through the decluttering process.
I love it. And I think we both got the memo on the orange type of brown color scheme today. And I noticed in your
Yeah,
closets, though, bring good point.
I think
Color
so. Yeah.
coordinating in the closets, right?
That's right. Yes, that is another thing. I mean, it's not for everybody, but it's something that I certainly love. If you have all your colors sort of coordinated, it can make it easier to find what you're looking for as well. Or, we like to categorize by short sleeves and sweaters, and you can kind of do it seasonally like that as well.
All right. Well, thank you so much
Yeah.
for being here. And
Well, thank you
please
for
share
having
again
me.
how we could reach out to you. Thank you.
Yes, please find us on precisionproorganizing.ca, or you can also give me a call. My number is 780-728-6933.
All right. Thanks again, Jennifer Dixon. We appreciate your time and great seeing
Thank
you
you, Jill.
today. Have a good one, and we'll talk hopefully next week, okay?
That sounds great.
Thanks again. Bye bye.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.